Presentations. We have all been forced to do them, right? Whether it is at school or at uni or at work. But let's just take a pause. Let's pause for a second. Where exactly do we need these presentations? Like, why the heck are we even supposed to know how do we learn how to present yourself? So where exactly is this thing even gonna help us? Like, seriously, isn't it just one of those I will just do this thing for marks and never ever again will I do this kind of things? And that is what I thought too, until I realized that you are presenting all the time. Let me explain. So, when you're pitching your idea in a group project, when you're convincing your friend why this movie is worth watching even though they don't watch it, when you're in a meeting and you're convincing your colleagues why your strategy is worth working upon, what exactly are you doing? That's all presentation. You are always selling an idea. You're always trying to get attention of the people. So this isn't just a soft skill, it is a power skill. And if you suck at it, it shows. But where exactly? Well, through that one interview you weren't able to crack, maybe one meeting where no one considered your idea seriously, the presentation where as soon as you started presenting, suddenly the room just became very chaotic. But the good part is you have this video. Alright, let's get into it then. So why is it that most people mess this thing up? The major problem is that people think presentation equals to PowerPoint. Like, all they know is to remember the stuff which is present on the slides, remember every single thing, just be as fluent as they can, act smart, and that is the exact reason why they sound boring. I have seen people acing when it comes to content, but for some reasons they're not able to get people to listen to them. They're not able to get that attention. They're just reading slides, hoping that it lands. And that is exactly how we mess up. So, what is it that actually works? The first one would be start with friction. Don't just go and start like, hey, my name is blah, 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 blah. People are not gonna listen to that. Like, come on, 10 people who already presented before you saying the exact same thing. So why do you even expect people to stop talking and listen to what you wanna say? Open with a problem. Maybe just make some noise, like just smashing the table like this, so that people will just go like, what? And then you have their attention. Start with something people are not expecting. Maybe your first slide should be something that just makes people pause and go like, wait, why is this thing even included in the presentation? Because that is how you basically get people to watch stuff. The next one is focus more on the story and not just the stats. And before we get ahead into it, I just want to say that this one may not be applicable to every single field out there, because it's not possible to have a storytelling kind of view for every presentation. Some presentations need to be statistical, so you don't use these points over there. But for most of the work, even mostly at uni and stuff, you need to have some story in your presentation, because people do not remember slides with just bulleted points. They remember stories. For instance, instead of saying presentation is a life skill, you can say that a guy lost $10,000 client only because he was not able to convey his idea clearly to the client. Boom, that is how you have the attention of people, because this now feels more relatable. They're actually able to see the real life consequences of what you're trying to say. The third one is talk to one person. Like, listen, even if you have hundreds of people out there, you need to learn how to talk to one single person. You're not speaking to an audience. Just imagine that your friend is sitting in the audience and talk to your friend. Because that is how people are going to relate to you. When you say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, they know that you're addressing every single one of them. But when you get more personalized, like, hey, you, that is when people actually listen. They're like, okay, this person is talking to me. So make this experience as much personalized as you can for the people. Don't refer to them as an audience. Refer to them as one single person, as someone who is your friend. The fourth one would be crack a joke. Now, what exactly do I mean by crack a joke in your presentation? You see, when you add a humorous element to your presentation, people connect better with you. Even if you are talking on a topic which is more serious, that just kind of lightens the mood. It just freshens up people and it gets a new start for the presentations. So when you crack a joke, people just lose their attention. People connect with you in a better way. And again, over here, by humor, I don't mean that you can include any kind of a lame joke. No, if it is possible, if it kinda, you can just, add that joke in there. If possible, only then you do it. It shouldn't sound lame that out of blue. I don't know why you included it in your presentation. The next one we have is having voice tonation. So what exactly do I mean by that? You see, if you just start speaking like a bot, like a robot, you have one single pitch and your just complete presentation is in that single pitch, then it becomes very monotonous to listen because there's nothing exciting in the presentations. If you're not even making appropriate hand gestures, if you're not changing your voice based on the situation, then it becomes pretty much boring. So here's an example of how exactly you do it. Like for instance, whenever you're trying to say something exciting, you try to raise your voices. When you want people to pay attention to you, drop your voice low. And when you are saying something which is worth remembering, take a pause right there. The next one would be to get the audience involved with you. You see, you must have this element of questioning to your audience in your presentation, because that again is going to make it more relatable. That is going to make them feel at more ease with you. That's going to make them feel more comfortable during the presentation to share their views. The next one would be to end with a punch. Don't just end your presentation by saying thank you or that is all for today, because that's not going to make people connect. That is not going to make people remember your presentation. End with something more relatable, like a real life scenario that is going to be stuck in the minds of people even after the presentation. Or you can even add your humorous element to the end of the presentation if it suits there. You see, you don't need more better slides. You just need to be you in the presentation. Because I know throughout the presentation, the only thing that goes through our mind is when is this presentation gonna end and I go back at my place. And this feeling makes you sound more and more nervous, makes people feel as if you are in a hurry to end the presentation or you're not interested in your topic as well. Now, as we get towards the end of this video, let us talk about a real life scenario then. You see, you are not always gonna be on the stage. But the way you explain things, the way you take an interview, the way you sell stuff, the way you give feedbacks, the way you teach, the way you inspire, that is your daily presentation. And that shapes the way people see you. And when you get good at it, you walk different, you lead different. So the next time you are asked to give a presentation and you have the urge to say that no, I am not a presenter, just take a pause and think. Your whole life is a presentation. The thing is, you're either being heard or being forgotten. And the choice is yours. Until then, peace.
Yo, give it a stage in a minute, I'ma eat you. El professor is in the house, let me teach you. I could defeat you with two hands tied and have you waking in the hospital like, who am I? And who